Good morning. This one's the High Force and Teesdale Circular, the 7.5 mile route from all trails, and I'll leave a link to the walk in the video description. So the start point for this one's the Bowlees Visitor Centre. The main car park's just back there. It's free, but they have a donation box where you can put some shekel in. This used to actually be a old Methodist church, which is pretty interesting to me because I'm actually christened Methodist. So there it is from the front, and I've heard it's actually a very tasty calf. Some additional parking, 1.5 miles up there. This place can get super duper busy. So we'll head down here towards a winch bridge, and then we'll get to the first port of call, which is Low Force. Right, so that's the winch bridge there, but first of all, before it gets too busy over here, I'm going to go and pop my head over this dip here and have a look at Low Force. And that's just the little one. Never mind the big one. What I will say is it's been absolutely chucking it down during the week over here, which is good because it's going to make an impressive sight of the waterfalls because of the amount of water that's come down. But it's once I get up into the moorland hills, it's going to be a total bog fest. So I've wore my gaiters today. These are Montane XTs, and it's the first time I've had them on. Jordan got us them for my birthday, and I've never had to use them, but today they're going to come in handy. I've also got 2 or 3 river crossings to navigate, so I'll have to try and maybe jump them. We might end up going for a swim, I don't know. Once we've crossed the winch bridge, you've got 2 options. You can go right, which is an easy route up to High Force and out and back. Bit of a tourist route, but we're going to go left up into the moors and the hills and do a big circle around. Go and have a look at Bleebeck Force. Crossed over this stone wall here. We've got some livestock over in that field, and they seem a bit lively, these ones. As you can see, they're coming over. I kind of veered off the path there and past the farmland, and the farmer was there and he's giving us a bit of a dirty look, so I've made my way back onto this path here. I knew it'd be boggy, look at this, I knew. And we should be on the Low Force Geo Trail now. I'd imagine we get to the end of here, we'll hang a right in between all that delicious rugged cliff terrain. I will bang on here. So these are Holwick Scars. Beyond them is Holwick Beck. We're going to head up through this bit past here between the farmland buildings, and it'll take us up into the moorland hills. Interesting, so you can climb these. I don't know if you need a rope or whatever, like, because that's pretty sheer, that. We'll look into that and maybe come back in the future, climb one of them gates. So I'm just ascending up through an area known as Beck Lane, up above the River Tees there. I've always wondered if you can follow the River Tees from where it rises up on Crossfell, where it starts. It comes down east through the Pennines and eventually ends up the North Sea. Would it be possible to do a route from Crossfell and follow the Tees all the way to the sea? I might be a hell of an expedition, that, like wild camping and stuff like that, but it would be a good one. How about that for a drop? You do not want to be coming off that. Once I've gotten to the top of there, looking back across the river, there's a trig point, but there's no way I'm dropping back down and climbing back up there to tag it. I'll tell you what that's called. Rotten Hill. Knee shit, that's what it's called. Rotten Hill, that trig point. I'm just hoping by the time I get round to Bleebeck Force and eventually High Force that it's not too busy with people. I'm getting over as early as I possibly could, but that was about 7:45 because I need the sun up when I'm recording, and High Force in particular can get mega busy. This path goes on for quite a while. I'd imagine we're going to hook round there and drop back down to the River Tees. I can hear the falls down there in the distance, so that's pretty much the gist of it. While I'm just on this mundane moorland path here, we might as well talk a bit shite. So, the name High Force derives from the Old Norse word foss, which basically translates to waterfall. Over the years and the generations, foss has become force, probably because of the sheer power of the falls, you know. So the word actually translates to high waterfall. That's what it's called. That's all it's called. So high waterfall and low waterfall. Aye. That's more like it. We've got some epic Pennine views just opened up there. That's mint, that. I've just spotted a couple of fellow travellers up in the distance there. I wonder if they're doing my route, but in reverse. Hey man, I love this area, the Pennines. I watched a video not too long ago and Blot did a wild camp over here. I think he did it over that way, down next to the river, and he got ate alive by midges. But in the autumn there's no bugs at all here, which is fantastic. I've now come off the paved road here onto this swampy, boggy marshland. It's exactly why we wore the gaiters today. I knew they would come in handy. I knew. Thanks, Jordan. I'm just walking through these Elysium type fields here from Gladiator, and I'm just thinking you might have been able to just stay on the path. Well, I'll tell you what, when I've come across there, it's absolutely drenched. If you didn't have appropriate footwear, you'd be fucked, because it's an absolute bog fest and there's not really a clear path through it. So bear in mind, if you come over and do it, you might well be able to just keep to the paved road there. Right, so I've come to a river crossing here. I've got no idea how I'm going to cross that. Fucking hell, man. I'll have to walk up and down. I can't get across that. I can't jump that. If I get wet, I'm knackered. Let's have a look down here. Do I try for this? You can't jump it. I'll have to go for it, I think. This is so slippy. There's big potential that I'm going to go in here. Fucking hell. I can't do that. That's too deep. That's knee deep. I'm going to have to go a bit further up, see if I can jump it. I had read some reviews that said it was impossible, but me being me, I thought I could do it. It's so slippy. This is bad crack. This looks doable. Fucking Jesus. These rocks are like ice, man. I'm going to need two hands here, I think. God, do I just go for it? Fucking hell. Oh no. Feet are slightly wet now. The gaiters and the scarpers sort of protected us, but I just had to go for it. I just had to storm through. I had read on the reviews there was 2 or 3 crossings like that, and a lot of people had said they were impossible and turned back, but I just went for it. I just stormed through it. We'll be alright as long as there's no more like that, because another 1 or 2 of them type of crossings and I'll be drenched. Summer corner. Look at that. How's that for a view? Looks like we're going to go down past the quarry here. Right, so it looks like we're going to start descending down here, and there's 1, 2, possibly 3 more river crossings. The only saving grace is that the travellers that I spotted earlier, they look like they've getting across the first one. Well, I'll go down and have a look, because even if I turn back now, I've got to go back over that bastard again. Yep, so I can see them here. They look like they're walking up and down trying to find a crossing, so that's not going to be straightforward. Get on with it, however. No real issues with that one, but these look like they're struggling to find a crossing here. I think they're waiting for me to see if I know a way across. Right, so they're getting across there. To me, this one doesn't even look too bad. I don't know if it's just because they had the dog or what. Slippy this. Go for it. As you can probably gather by that last clip, I fell in the fucking river. Bastard. Another smaller one. I'm already soaking now, so I might as well just go through it. Fucking hell, man. Start hiking, they said. It's brilliant, they said. Fucking Jesus. This is no good. That's me soaked. So we'll just descend down here and follow the River Tees on our left past the quarry, and that should take us to both the falls. It looks like there's another bit of a crossing down here, but hopefully it's just swamp, because I can't be falling in again. I don't know how I kept the GoPro out of the water. I just sort of went in on my left, soaked on my arm and that. Thankfully my Garmin's waterproof. The GoPro itself's waterproof, but I've got a medium mod on to enhance the sound, and that's not waterproof, and that would have set us back £80. More embarrassing, the 2 travellers saw us fall, and he asked us, did you enjoy your quick dip? Fucking dick. Fuck's sake, man. The word on the street is the north of England is expecting snow middle of next week, so the Cheviot climb is potentially on the cards. Providing I can do it safely, I might go for it next weekend. The first thing to consider is, if it's going to be snowing, can I actually get up in the car? Are the roads going to be snowed in? Is it going to be safe to drive up? I can't be getting stranded that far up north with no phone signal in the car. And secondly, I need no blizzards or whiteout conditions. I've never ever travelled that far north, never mind by myself, so I don't know the area at all. We all want to get up there and do the winter climbs and stuff like that, but the main thing is safety. And if you get lost somewhere you're not familiar with, you know, things is gonna turn bad very quickly for you. So I'll probably make a decision next Saturday night. Do I go up and do I do it, or do I do something else? If it's snowing, I'll be doing something. It's just, do I go for the cheapie or not? We'll have to see. There must be Bleebeck Falls there. It's packed. There's fucking people everywhere. This is the problem when you're doing the autumn/winter walks. You've got to start later, and you get the crowds, especially places like this. Right, seeing that one, onto the big one, home, get dry. Got it to myself, pleasantly surprised. Aye, 70 foot, straight down. My force. Raw power. Needed to get here earlier. I had the top of the falls to myself, but the main viewing platform, there's about 5 or 6 people on there. So it is what it is. But I might as well wrap this one up now, because the rest of the route I'm just following the river back down to Low Force, which we already seen. So 6 out of 10. Too busy, the area's too busy. The walk itself over the moors and that was good. The river crossings were horrendous. That's down to me. I should have been paying more attention to the reviews. People had said they were impossible, and I ended up taking a tumble into the river. And that can be dangerous, you know, in the cold weather. If you get wet, you'd be in a spot of bother. But 6 out of 10. It was alright. It's always impressive to see waterfalls. I would have liked to have went down to the bottom viewing platform, but it's not open until 10. You've got to have a ticket to get in there. But I'll head home now, because I'm drenched, and I've got about an hour's drive back with soaking wet feet. Another rookie mistake. I normally have spare socks in my bag, and I've took them out, so it serves us right. But we'll see where I get next time. We'll see if the snow comes during the week. Hopefully it will. But until then, toodle pip.